surprised to see that one banned away. One more ban coming in from IG, and they will get rid of that LeBlanc. When we were talking earlier during the delay, you said that's a champion you like to see into an Akali because it can deal with the Shroud so well, still manage to do the damage and figure out where she's hiding in there, but IG will not allow G2 to pick that one.
And what I'm looking at, if I'm Invictus Gaming and looking at these first 3 picks from G2, is that they do want to go with the split push and spread type of style here. Hovering a Vladimir, though, already for G2, and they're going to lock that one in.
And it kind of fits right into that wheelhouse. With Vladimir, I feel like you get everything you want. You can look for the 5v5, you can look for the hyper-scaling into a side lane, you can play 1-4, 1-3-1, and it flexes, so perfect.
Vladimir, it team fights, it split pushes, it late games. The only thing you're missing there from the selling point of a champion would be a little bit of scaling in the early game.
Right.
So that might be an area where IG could actually up the tempo.
There's also not a lot of easy CC. You basically have Jarvan that can help set up the Neeko, but there's not something like a Sejuani or like a Flash Rise or something like that. So I'll keep my eyes on how this Vladimir actually gets into those team fights if we're able to burn the Jarvan ultimate and that doesn't be the big trigger for the hard engage.
And with Zoe and Lee Sin being the last picks locked in for the side of IG here, there's not anybody on the Invictus Gaming side that really screams tanky to me. If this Vlad gets ahead and is able to run into the middle of everyone with Hemoplague and Tides of Blood, the AoE damage is going to be massive, and there is not enough smoke for Akali to hide in from that amount of burst. One more pick for G2. What's it going to be? Looks like the name of the game could be the Vayne locked in.
And we needed the final cherry on top to top off this G2 draft. Again, the question is, where does the Vayne go?
Yeah, pretty much everything on G2 could be swapped around to different places. It'll be up to them to decide how all these want to be swapped around. The only thing I'm certain of is that Tahm Kench will be supported.
Yeah, I mean, Vayne very well could be flexed up into the top lane for the Akali matchup. Until proven otherwise, though, I'm going to guess that it is going to go to PerkZ, and there's one more or 2 more role swaps here, or champion swaps, to get the Jarvan onto Jankos, and then the Neeko Vayne swap as well.
Everyone hold hands.
Yeah, exactly. But let's jump into the game here as we get on to Summoner's Rift. We'll finally find out where G2 are going to place their champions.
But on the other side, it's a very standard draft coming out of Invictus Gaming. You have rookie Zoe, you have TheShy playing the Akali, so there's a lot of bridging points. They can play around the early game with the Lee Sin. They have a really strong mid-game power spike and a wealth of options to attack in each lane.
Honestly, it ushered in a whole new era of how people have to think about the game and how they want to play it. If you would have gone back 2 years ago and said, oh yeah, let's see some mages in bottom lane, throw some Neeko down there, Taliyah and Pantheon, people would be wondering what the hell you're talking about. But now, there are so many different ways to play League of Legends. We are on to Summoner's Rift. We are going to see how they do it here today. Finally, at long last, it is Invictus Gaming versus G2.
And we are on to Summoner's Rift. Both sides racing out here to the river to try and get some vision early on. Currently, Wunder is the one with the Vayne. So after all that, and we finally get into the game, it is the top lane Vayne with the press the attack here into the Akali. Now, Vayne as a top lane can be extremely brutal to deal with and often will attract both junglers up to that matchup.
And she is relatively difficult to gank, not just because of the tumble, but with how she uses the condemn. So if people aren't perfect on when they walk up to her, it's super easy for her to be hard oppressive in lane and then walk it out.
Also worth pointing out, Kobe noted the keystone on the Vayne. I also want to point out the glacial augment for PerkZ on the Neeko in the bottom side. Expect to see a lot of slows, a lot of utility coming out of this G2 bottom lane.
Back to the Vayne pick, though, as well. Sometimes if you're getting the most out of a top lane Vayne, you have to use your tumble, you have to play super aggressively and position very far forward in the lane. So that's why it often attracts both junglers' attention, trying to keep wards, trying to keep vision, trying to allow, the Vayne's side to be able to play aggressive and create that advantage. And then the other side, of course, putting a stop to it, trying to get that early kill or blow summoners.
And I think that's one thing that I observe a lot, at least during the regular season of play in North America, is teams that try to pick these aggressive laners in their solo lane, specifically top side, and then aren't successful with it, a lot of it comes down to the jungler not going up there because they're thinking, oh, my laner should win this. He's a lane bully. He's got range advantage. Easy. But you do have to shadow this like Jankos is doing now to make sure Wunder doesn't get punished for this aggro.
Exactly as we said 10 minutes ago in the first champion select. Jarvan, perfect at going red buff level 2 into trying to get some control for this top laner. But on the other side, of course, we already see the wards from G2. They know that this is a very real possibility. They have accounted for it, and the vision is there.
Yeah, excellent vision there from Invictus Gaming, so we'll see what Ning does with the information on the other side. What I love, too, is you already see that Jankos is kind of popping his head up, looking for a possible opportunity on top side, but the fact that you have a Vladimir as well as a Tahm Kench in your mid and bot lane, these champions can absorb so much pressure with the pool, with the gobble, that you can start throwing everything at Wunder and everyone else will be fine on the map.
And talking about that Vladimir in the mid lane, you can see right now, Rookie has taken over the early shove here, the priority in the lane. Plenty of creeps to farm up, so Caps is not quite as behind as he appears to be right now. Jankos goes over the wall, but it's going to be Ning waiting for him right there in the brush. Sonic Wave into the resonating strike. Conqueror on the Lee Sin and Jarvan both. Mykix making his rotation over to the fight. Baolan will join up with Ning, and IG with control over that mid lane can bring Rookie over there just to make sure they get the blue buff.
And this is really left over from that initial vision spot on Jankos there. Ning able to follow the pathing, the follow forward. Oh, has to flash, doesn't look for, or doesn't want the devour.
Yeah, he was left there by himself in the lane because Baolan moved up to try and help with that blue buff steal. Thought he could be okay because of the giant minion wave that had built up, but that is going to be double summoners blown for JackeyLove. Definitely a target that G2 might want to take advantage of.
Yeah, that's the big thing, though. The fact that Jankos has his blue taken away, but now there's that possible opportunity. I can abuse JackeyLove down here and springboard myself back into this game.
And remember, Xayah is a champion that we think about it for having the ability to escape engages, but that's all about the ultimate. Until he hits that level 6, he's super vulnerable. This might as well be a Varus or an Ashe or something equally engageable for Invictus Gaming here in the bottom side. Equal farm here between both bottom lane players. Can't call them both AD carries because of the status of the Neeko there, but Perks will keep on farming up. The only real big CS discrepancy so far this game is there in the top side, where you can see Wunder, having maintained that advantage for a while now, will continue building that lead.
Yeah, he's got the CS lead, but as you can see, TheShy constantly trying to threaten that all-in attempt. Jankos, though, heading back to the top side. Control word is there.
TP coming in from Wunder. Jankos goes further in, able to find one auto attack, looking for even more. One more will do it, and First Blood goes over to G2.
And the First Blood King makes good on his promise. He visits up at the top lane, didn't need the summoner spell, a flash is burned in mid, but so far, G2 first on the board.
Oh man, Rookie is going to get a double wave pushed in with a cannon. He's going to try and find Caps even at the second turret there. He does have a W flash, so maybe he was thinking he was going to be able to do something else. Does get a turret play and denies several minions.
And for Caps, this is sort of feeling reminiscent of what happened to him during that World semifinal. It was Rookie who beat him during the World's final, back when Caps was on Fnatic, it was Rookie who was able to beat him in lane every single time. And right now, he's off to a similar advantage. Bottom side, Perks and Mykix getting themselves into a 2v2, but going to be taken low on mana there. TheShy trying to find himself some sort of a play here. Wunder down to one hit. TheShy wanting to make it happen. Goes forward, Jankos doing a good job body blocking that shuriken, making so they can't do anything else. Ning gonna be tanking the turret aggro here for now. TheShy's gonna be eating the turret shot. Jankos might be able to make it too! Ladies and gentlemen, the First Blood King brings 3 bloods into the top lane just 5 minutes in!
Jankos camping top lane. We talked about both junglers being attracted to that top side. Excuse me. I don't know if you can hear me yelling across to the other mic there.
Kobe is so hype.
Jankos gets not number 1, not number 2, but also number 3. This is all 3, not only just the kills, but the credit as well. So big gold stacked up on this Jarvan. Let's take another look at how TheShy gets Wunder low inside, but Jankos comes in, uses the sweeper to try and reveal, does get the initial knock up here, and then it is TheShy and Ning that try and go for the tower dive.
And here's the thing, you think this is disaster for G2. You're like, this is a 2v1 scenario, but Jankos and Wunder play it so well. Wunder being the initial bait here. You know Invictus Gaming are gonna bite, you know they're gonna look for it, and then expertly layered CC, make sure he finds the knock up, and then just sidestep, boop, See ya, Ning.
You can't play that much better if you're Jankos there. G2 has to be happy with how that one played out. That Jarvan now sitting on completed Cinder Hulk, not even 7 minutes in.
Yeah, TheShy and Ning also gonna want that one back. Couple of mistakes there, taking the extra tower shots early on, but now it is double level 6s here for the duo on the top side. And guess who's back? It's the Jarvan camp squad.
And I just want to say, good guy, Jankos. 3-0 right now. Goes for the Cinder Hulk, Jarvan. He's a team player.
Let's see here, Caps trying to find himself a little bit of a trade here onto Rookie in the mid lane. Wants to get the Empowered Transfusion, but Rookie's not going to allow him to do so. Able to find the Proto Belt, a little more coming through. Nemo Plague drop down onto Rookie, who now has to try to get himself away. It's Jankos coming in, able to find the Cataclysm. Rookie with a flash out. That is his real flash, but he will survive.
Yep, and Jankos gonna stick around to help him push out the lane as well. Allow him an extra timing. This is kind of the Invictus Gaming strength right now. It is the Zoe harassment on the Vladimir early on. As we talked about in Champ Select, the Vladimir, the one thing he's not bringing to the table is the early game.
But just takes a level 9, make sure he gets most points into his Q. He'll be able to sustain that lane and should try to fight back a little bit at some of this Zoe poke.
And bottom lane, you can see some poke coming out of the side of G2. Remember, Neeko's root lasts forever if she can launch it through the creep wave and then hit you with it as the last target. 3 seconds at maximum duration is an incredible amount of time to be locked down, and they get a very good trade against IG.
But hold up, we're back up into the top lane. Curious when Ning's gonna go for his play. Doesn't have flash, does have access to the Dragon Rage kick.
Wunder walking forward, doesn't want to go too far out there, just wants to
Honestly,
opportunity for
I would be looking for a counter gank right here and waiting because they know that Jankos is constantly camping, and now that he goes for the ward!
Go! Ning's gonna find him into the wall there, burst coming through, and Ning will shred Wunder out before Jankos can even make his way into the mix. That is finally Invictus Gaming on the board.
Yep, they see Jankos killing the ward. Once he reveals it and starts auto-attacking it there, they know that they have the distance they can pull off that 2v1. Ning with a very nice kick into the wall. Look at that Dragon Rage. He doesn't go anywhere, allows TheShy to land his skill shot, then finishes off with a very quick ultimate, and that is going to be a little bit of a turnaround for the top side. Unfortunately for TheShy, he actually did not get kill credit though, and it was money over to Ning.
And it can be a repeat gank because now the flash will be back up for Ning, just can wait for that cooldown, and it feels like everything is just a magnifying glass on this top laner. Akali, Vayne, who is going to win the volatile matchup? Who is going to start popping off?
And this is exactly what I said I wanted to see coming into the matchup between these two teams. Carries in the top lane for both sides, focus onto the top lane from both sides. And so far, it's Wunder who's been, I should say it's G2, who's been coming out on top. But all the kills, remember, did go over to Jankos. It's not Wunder building up that lead for himself. And when you look at his itemization, after that last play, when he got bursted down so quickly, he immediately goes for the completed Hex Drinker, protecting himself in the lane.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about, and why you could just see the jungler gold comparison there, because every kill in this game has gone to the junglers so far. And a lot of that money...
My kind of game, Kobe.
A lot of the money is being put into tank stats for Jankos, though. As you pointed out, the Cinder Hulk Froskurinn. Double buffs now, though. He's down to the bottom side with control wards all around this early dragon. He can start up the Ocean Drake and take the early regeneration for G2 to help out with that lane phase.
And it feels like one of the advantages of transferring your gold lead into more tank stats from Jankos is that there's not really a traditional tank in this team. If you look at it, between the superficial health that Tahm Kench is going to get with Grey Health and Jankos itemizing tank, there's an actual front line for G2 if this does come down to team fight phase.
And I'd also say the type of tank stat that he's buying is indicative of where he's going to continue to camp. It is magic resist with the null magic mantle and the double AP solo laners.
Now, topside, Ning wants to set up a play here yet again. Wunder is past the days where he can just auto-attack TheShy with impunity. You see that TheShy can easily find some good trades onto Ning. Going for the kick, but not able to find it there. One more auto-attack from Wunder would have sealed his fate, but Wunder does a good job getting himself out of the way of that one. Flash from both Invictus Gaming's jungler and G2's top.
Yeah, very good reactions there from Wunder to immediately ult and tumble to get the invisibility. Ning was not close enough to instantly dragon kick after his flash, so it does not go off, and they trade flashes.
Meanwhile, bottom side, Xayah and Rakan doing what they do best, going in for the 2v2. Damage coming out there from PerkZ, gonna make sure that nothing else happens out of that one. Baolan chunked pretty low, has to use his flash. and he'll be going home.
And you can see how oppressive Neeko can be in the lane phase. It feels like Kench and PerkZ are just so far up into this lane, constantly throwing those roots, constantly dropping those sapling bombs.
This is what I like to see. You know, you wanted the carry v carry matchup in the top side, Captain Flowers. You don't get much more carry v carry than Akali and Vayne with constant jungler camping.
Jankos again hanging out of. He went to the sporting goods store. He found himself a nice tent, and he's just set that sucker up in top lane the entire time.
You get 1, maybe 2 camps in between visits back to the top lane. He does have the Rift Arrow though, and plates are available in both mid and top for him to go for.
Most junglers farm their camps and then gank the lanes between it. He is just deciding to farm the top lane and gank the camps in between that time. We'll see if he can make a play here in the mid lane onto Rookie, but it doesn't look like it. Instead, going to go back towards his own jungle. Keep on farming up. He is a level behind Ning, who has been doing a better job farming. You can see 86 to 72 CS there. Did go for the early Tiamat on the Lee Sin. Now in the mid lane, it's Baolan able to find the knock-up onto Caps, who's now going to mount himself a bit of a counterattack. Mykix making his way into the mid lane now as well. Sonic Wave coming in from Ning, who can't quite get himself into the fight just yet. And it looks like both sides are going to walk away.
And this is a classic maneuver. I'll hold the thought, though. Maybe TheShy goes crazy. He's got flash.
This matchup turns so heavily, as you can see. Once the Akali has the level 6, has so much more threat for this all-in, now it becomes, oh no, the Vayne dropping CS, because there's so much. 100% to 0.
Oh, Rookie's in some trouble, trying to get himself away from this Cataclysm. Does still have his flash ready to go, looking to turn something around, maybe. He has backup coming in from TheShy, who makes his way in and finds the assassination into the shutdown onto Jankos. Cap's now in some trouble himself. A lot of damage coming in from the side of IG. Mykix going to be taken down in the Dragon Pit at the same time into the 2v2. Back into the mid lane is Wunder going to be taken low. Cap's also below half HP. TheShy at 200. The disengage will happen as PerkZ looks to find something else here onto Baolan. Not going to get enough damage to kill.
And suddenly Invictus Gaming bite back right there. Huge shutdown into the pockets of Akali of all things. And this is massive because while you have this Vayne, while she's getting so much attention, so many resources from Jankos, I'll hold it.
Oh, nice pull there. Ning not able to find the Sonic Wave. Just goes for the Dragon's Rage anyway. Not going to get much from that one. TheShy going in, going forward. Sonic Wave doesn't even need the resonating strike. And Wunder will have to walk away as Caps falls into a pool of blood.
They will get down and dirty with you, G2. You must respect Invictus Gaming when they come to skirmish. With this Akali, who's going to win out in a late game? A hyper-fed Akali versus the 80 carry of the Vayne. My bet's on the Akali.
Yeah, I think I'll agree with you on that one. Let's take another look at how all the craziness started.
All right, Jankos going to go in. They're trying to 2v1 at the beginning, but the first teleport is that of Invictus Gaming. And it is TheShy who arrives. Huge burst damage, but we're back out onto the field.
Meanwhile, bottom side, it's PerkZ nearly killed here. Baolan and JackeyLove looking to maybe make something else happen. Rookie making his way down into the fight now. Thick Skin going to be keeping Mykix alive for a little bit longer, but it's a nice play to frog legs for IG's mid lane.
Invictus Gaming completely controlling the pace of the game now, turning the tides of these fights with the extra members joining and getting those victories in the small skirmishes.
Yeah, and starting to shore up some of the CS disadvantages that they were at. JackeyLove just still slightly behind PerkZ, but everywhere else on the map, it's feeling very good for IG. Collectively as a team, they are ahead than G2's Jankos.
All right, take another look at how this happened down bottom side. Baolan went all in on PerkZ. They're able to get him down. He flashes away, but as you know, Rookie comes down the river. Mykix has nowhere else to go, and that's all she wrote.
Rookie trying to find himself a kill there. PerkZ has been saved multiple times now by Mykix and the Tahm Kench Devour. Of course, that's what you draft the champion for, but Mykix, just this guy who's always on point for the side of G2.
I want to take a break because we're going to have a little bit of action.
There's no break to take. JackeyLove manages to outplay Caps underneath the turret.
Is that the O10 maneuver there?
That, I believe it has to be. Not what you want to see for the side of G2. Caps falls to 0-2 and 0 on this Vladimir. Rift Trail going to be summoned up here in the mid lane for G2, looking to knock down this mid lane tier 1 turret. Turret First Blood is still on the table. Getting that would manage to bring G2 back a little bit closer in this game. They are down almost 4K 16 minutes in.
Yeah, that was actually a very low value Rift Herald. There are no more turret plates left available, so it's just a chunk on a tower. And they weren't able to finish off the tower either, so no immediate reward at all. Meanwhile, Invictus Gaming getting that kill on the Caps as well as the Infernal Drake.
Mykix going to be hurt up. Here's the counter initiation comes in. Baolan looking to lock down 3 different people. Wunder going to be taken very low. Baolan nearly falls, but Wunder's going to be taken out next. Mykix cut to pieces. forces. It's a double kill over to TheShy, and they're looking to make even more happen now. Jankos might be ahead, but they're looking to cut him down once more. Gets himself away just barely. Cap coming in. Empowered Transfusion won't do a lot. Invictus Gaming pick up 3 for nothing. They got a couple injured health bars, but that's not going to stop them from taking down the tier 1.
Everything that you thought was in doubt over that PvP game, throw it out the window. This is Invictus Gaming. They will get down and dirty with you, and you must respect them when they have these comfort picks. Baolan's Rakan, time and time again, finding these key engagements.
Everything that is important right now, keeping track of every single member of the enemy team. Here's another rerun of Caps going for the tower dive here. Chronoblast over the side. I don't believe I ever saw a pool go off.
Died without it.
And he instantly dies on the bottom side there, so JackeyLove happy to get that one, but here's the second replay, the Jarvan initiation into the Baolan lockup, and now we're back into another!
Meanwhile, in the mid lane, it's going to be JackeyLove in some trouble, going to be shut down as Caps gets himself on the board. He'll be taken pretty low. Rookie's going to grab the kill onto him as now Invictus Gaming makes their own counterattack. Ning goes on a rampage, taking down PerkZ. Mykix is thrown up into the air, and he'll be taken down again as well. A double kill for Invictus Gaming's jungler. They may have lost their AD carry, but they'll find 3 in return.
And they've got control of the map once again. Bottom turret is extremely low here. TheShy going in on a Wunder.
Oh, this is not where this Vayne wants to find herself. The damage comes through. The Hex Drinker won't do a damn thing.
Not versus Sork Boots, Oblivion Orb, and the converted...
The Gunblade.
Gunblade.
It's grayed out. It's fine. It's hard to see.
He already used his bullets, it's fine. Taking stock of this game, because it feels like everything else on fire all of the time, and as I say that, we gotta see how the first fire happened.
Honestly, it's been a constant fire the entire game. 3-member dive from G2. They get capped with the big AoE. PerkZ following it right up there with the Neeko, and they got the second root. But Rookie gets the kill onto Caps just barely. Ning healing off of it, and then with Baolan coming in with the shield, he doesn't go down. They finish off the second kill, and they're able to get down.
And it feels like time and time again, it's Invictus Gaming having the numbers advantage in the collapse. When we were talking about this game, we don't get a chance. There's no talking about this game. Just kills all the time.
There is never a chance to talk when it's G2 against IG. Pool comes out for Caps there, not making the same mistake as before. Barely escapes that last feather. He had to feel the wind from that one as he just barely walks away.
Yeah, it's completely Invictus Gaming all the way now. Big root here from PerkZ. Are they going to be able to get anything off of it, though?
Top lane Vayne 0-3-0, even after having the help from Jankos there in the early game. 4-2-2 for TheShy's Akali. Wunder in some trouble yet again. Tale as old as time, song as old as rhyme. Akali against an AD carry. Not quite, but the flash is going to seal his fate.
Teleport.
That's TheShy picking up 1, but the cavalry has arrived. TheShy has no way out of this one. He'll surely fall to the collapse coming out from G2. They want to give the kill over to Caps. They'll do so, and that's his second of the game.
Yeah, he used everything going for that tower dive. We might continue, though, here. JackeyLove and Baolan getting some damage onto the turret as G2 rotate up. They do have the extra inside track, I guess, on trying to get up there. Tahm Kench ultimate is available if they want to try and defend topside, too.
And that's what it feels like. You want to see G2 kind of focus more about their side lanes, kind of get everything in a row, and then look for these fights, try to rip Invictus Gaming around the map through their vision. That's how G2 normally win their games, but they're falling into the IG trap. They're trying to beat themselves to the punch, and they're not taking account of simple math. They don't have enough key members when they try to do it.
And IG is so far ahead in this game right now. Nearly 7,000 gold at 20 minutes is an absolutely massive lead. And let's take another look at how TheShy made this one happen.
Has a ward, so he's able to go right up to the corner, get the first burst damage onto Wunder. Then
follows him onto the tower, uses the flash, and tags him with that final.
Invictus Gaming constantly in the face of G2 eSports, pushing forward into the jungle, looking to cut off that vision, cut off that control over the map. They'll push on the tier 2 in the mid lane here now as well. Jankos will throw down that flag, but there's not a lot else he can do about it as G2 watches their 4th structure crumble.
And I want to point out how Invictus Gaming are hiding out with Rookie, trying to hunt and find where G2 are looking for that flank and denying them any opportunity for engagement.
Rookie continuing to just throw those skill shots forward. It's dangerous to walk into your jungle when you're this far behind and your opponents have such good vision. it's doubly dangerous against a champion like Zoe that sets up the picks so phenomenally easily. And then even if you try to save someone who's in some trouble, if Baolan's hanging around, all of a sudden everyone gets engaged on and it goes from bad to worse. The Mountain Drake is up. You can see Ning working on that one right now. If the Fog of War disappears, he's in the pit. He'll secure that one easily for IG by himself. And considering we're past the 20-minute mark and IG's 7,000 gold ahead and a Mountain Drake is now in their pocket, Baron is a very real possibility.
The other big problem here for G2 is that this composition does not play well from behind. Rookie now is on the run. Caps flashes in for him.
Caps going very aggro on this one, but now the punish is potentially coming in from TheShy. Pool going to be popped there from Caps. Baolan also going to be showing his face. Goes in for the knockup. Able to find it only onto Mykix. A good devour onto Caps. Going to be keeping him safe. But IG's now put themselves in a spot where they're going to be pushing into the top side.
Yeah, and G2 don't want to take this fight. If you peek at the items, they are not ready to do so. Yeah, Caps is hitting hard, but he was the beneficiary of some shutdown gold. Wunder is not in a good spot. He's got like the KFC variety bucket of items.
The double down for the Vayne in the top side. Not exactly what you want to see, as Mykix is only going to be seeing black and white for the next 30 seconds. He's going to be taken down. Ning going to go dominating, taking out PerkZ there on the backside. Jankos gets a return kill onto Baolan, but now Cap's going to be taken very low, nearly taken down. Jankos will be buried in the top lane along next to his friend, as the shutdown onto Ning will not mean much when Invictus Gaming is diving deep into the base, and it is an ace for IG.
It's more than that, it's a slaughter. That was between Towers and Invictus Gaming were styling on G2 at that point.
Just look at those angles from TheShy going for this dive. Invictus Gaming complete that dive emphatically and are able to take the turret afterwards.
This is not even close. Invictus Gaming, 9,000 gold ahead of their opponents right now. 7-3 on the Akali, 6-2 on the Lee Sin. The Zoe still hasn't died yet. These guys are just completely in control.
Yeah, G2 still looking for those plays, though. Still looking for areas that they can go aggressive, because they aren't going to win with this type of composition by sitting back and defending. You can't actually rely upon the farm for late style when you draft it this way. They are, both teams, making League of Legends look extremely fun, though.
And I don't mean to be the Debbie Downer here, but I think G2 are in a spot where they're now depending on IG mistakes to win, because look at how the fights are with IG being this far ahead.
But that's totally fine, because G2 like to try to force you to make mistakes and then capitalize them. Unfortunately, as we look at this replay, it was pretty much the exact opposite. Invictus Gaming said, you want to go toe-to-toe? We can do it. They collapse again and then rip them from the inside out.
Shut down.
Wunder, you can see, tries to get away here, thinking maybe I'll get out. The spooky ghost doesn't quite find him, but the Akali's even spookier. That far ahead means there's no escape for this Vayne. 0, 5, and 2. We always like to joke around about Vayne being full build when she hits Blade of the Ruined King and Ginsu's Rage Blade. Well, considering she's died 5 times, considering the build had to be delayed by the Hex Drinker, she's still only at half of that build. As Jankos goes in, but he's going to be killed immediately. PerkZ not going to find the damage, not quite going to get it onto JackeyLove, who goes into the Featherstorm, getting himself away. Wunder's able to find the kill onto Ning, but now more damage coming out. Wunder going to be taken low, but not taken down. PerkZ grabbing the kill onto Jackie, as Caps will clean up Baolan, and 3 die on IG.
G2 rewarded for continuing to look for those aggressive plays. TheShy's trying to make them pay for it here, but he won't be able to track down anyone, and G2 get out with only losing 1 member.
And they will not sit by and just watch themselves passively lose this game. They will continue to play forward and aggressive, and you're starting to see how this composition works. It's basically a Venn diagram of murder. Jarvan drops on one person, Neeko drops on top of them, and then Vayne supposedly should be running around with Vladimir in the middle of that.
We got a big ult circle from Jarvan, we got a big ult circle from Vlad, and if those all overlap with the big ult circle from Neeko, we've got success. But if they don't, IG's able to move forward like this. Wunder taken down to 1/3. Invictus Gaming still not scared. Even after losing 3 guys, the last 2 keep pushing.
It's looking more like a Jackson Pollock to me. Maybe some finger painting all over the place, because this has been an insane match. Both teams still looking for it. G2 finally rewarded, for looking for one of those aggressive plays, and they've been able to fight back a little bit of the vision here around the Baron. Doesn't matter though. Invictus Gaming gonna burn that sucker down.
Yeah, talking about finding a little bit of vision around. They will drop the blue trinket there into the pit. They'll see the Baron at about half HP. Throwing another one in there now. It's down to 2K. It will be secured by the side of Invictus Gaming, but now where's the fight gonna go? Baolan gonna be caught out here as Mykix looks to protect PerkZ somehow. Baolan has been killed. If IG tries to continue the fight, they are gonna be 4 versus 5, but TheShy goes in a killing spree. Where is he found? No way! Jankos looks to find the kill. He's able to get the shutdown, but he will throw his life away for it. Caps tries to 1 versus 3. He's able to find himself a single kill, but also going to be shut down. Ning will not get the Sonic Wave onto the last standing member, and IG win the fight.
That's more like the Etch-a-Sketch. He's shaking the screen all over the place. TheShy finally goes down as Jankos is able to track him down, but in the end, there is still Baron buff on Ning and JackeyLove, so that means the objectives will go their way.
Yes, because that's what we're playing, objective League of Legends. But like you said, it's the mid lane tower, it's the bot lane tower, and it's still more gold that's going into the pockets of Invictus Gaming.
You guys remember before this game started
yeah.
when I said that Invictus Gaming have the highest kills per minute in both LPL and all teams in MSI? They're averaging almost 1 kill per minute against G2.
I do want to say, though, G2 are a good assist to that stat right now. Like, I don't think this is just IG driving those numbers.
Yeah, we're definitely seeing all of the PvE take place after the PvP has already been sorted out.
The PvE means the enemy team is also the enemy. That's what PvE stands for in this game. I'm not seeing any PvE.
This is a record breaking, like, we're gonna break some records right now. The only 2 teams that could do it is G2 and IG. Put them in the same game and watch what happens.
This is why we had to have the break, because we needed the sheer amount of insanity in this game to have everybody properly prepared for it. Let's take another look at the Baron and the subsequent fight.
All right, so on the top side of your screen, you can see Baolan had already initiated on 3 members of G2, and they take him down. So G2 up 1 member when this all starts. But TheShy says, you know what? Let's even that up really quickly. Flashes over this wall, realizes that there's already the Vayne over there. So he jumps back, and then the Condemn was in the air, I believe, adding that extra distance. Jankos still tracks him down on the Jarvan, is able to find that kill, but everyone else not so lucky.
And as we jump back to modern time, we can see PerkZ nearly dead, has to go back into the spawn platform. Redemption artillery missile will not quite find the kill onto him, but that shows you exactly what the state of the game is right now. Ning going forward, looking to maybe find something. Jankos going to be taking up everybody on the side of IG. Will be taken down about half. Gargoyle Stoneplate going to be wearing off. Wunder looking to find some damage into Baolan. Caps into the back line of IG. JackeyLove going to be under threat. Baolan taken down. Caps able to find themselves that first kill as TheShy goes on yet another killing spree. He's able to find himself a double kill. Looking to make it even more, as that is going to be the curtain call for G2. Invictus Gaming lose 1. They kill 5. They get 30 kills in 28 minutes. And IG will repeat their world's performance and take down G2.
Woo, finishing this game in